Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to Evolution of Pro Wrestling. I am your host, Lewis, the encyclopedia of pro wrestling.
And I'm Jay, the whiz kid of pro wrestling.
Yeah, what an introduction. Wrestling fans, tonight's topic, we kind of stirred the pot a little bit because the original topic was supposed to be Bret Hart and Kurt Angle, who would win in a submission match.
Yep.
And what these two men would have been able to compete with the wrestlers of today.
Yes.
But we're going to change that. But before we get into that, Jaden.
Yes.
Do you remember the Amway Center here in Orlando?
Yes, I do.
WWE has just moved their company there.
Wow.
So
isn't that like the place with like multiple rings or something like that?
Yeah. No. It's a big arena. It's a big arena.
Ah, all right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
James Sargent, welcome, sir. Welcome.
He was the former winner. He was the winner.
He's a champion. He's a champion.
Yes,
we're working on bringing him on the show.
Yes.
So tonight's topic, fans, is a unique topic.
Very unique.
We're gonna test your minds. We're gonna test your ability with fantasy, with dream matches, with fantasy booking.
Yes.
I know many of you know about the WCW event, BattleBowl.
Yep.
The Lethal Lottery. Russell Jackson, what's up, brother? How you doing? That is our topic. 20 men, 10 men left in one battle royal. Who will become the unified WCW and WWE champion?
Ooh.
Earl Smith, welcome, sir. It's been a long time. How you doing? So, me and my son have picked 10 superstars each. And we are going to pick at random who they will be teaming up with.
Yep.
And the team that we do, the teams that are going up against each other, we will discuss the teams and we will discuss the match and see who will win, who will be your pick, and why.
Yes.
Why should these teams be paired up?
Right.
Why shouldn't be paired up? And who is going to win the Battle Royal for the WCW
I'm looking forward
WWE
to this.
title?
Oh, yeah.
So, Jaden.
Yep.
What do you know about BattleBowl, the Lethal Lottery? Where did it come from?
If I'm not mistaken, it came from WCW.
Yep, came up from WCW.
I had to refresh my brain there.
It was in WCW.
It came from WCW.
Yes, it was in WCW.
I had to refresh my brain for a second just to make sure.
Yep. See that even James Sargent said they will pair up rivalries. That's how it used to be back then.
Right, that's
and
good,
it was and I want to show you one of these days.
All right.
It was a very unique match, and it was amazing. Like the people I saw paired was let me see, Dustin Rhodes and Vader. They put Cactus Jack, Sting, and Abdullah the Butcher. You know, they put guys like that. So but here's randomized. But here's the kicker. My son picked 10 superstars from the 2000s to the present. I picked my superstars from the 80s and 90s. So let's see who is going to be first. All right. So, Jaden, let's pick the first two teams.
Let's go.
Here we go.
All right. So, I have...
Okay, you take 2 out. Okay, you get your first one.
I have AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Oh,
wow. Ooh, baby.
All right. Who is AJ Styles going to be teaming up with?
Let's see.
Vader.
Whoa.
Wow, that's a pretty good combination.
Oh, yeah.
So Vader and AJ Styles teaming up together
that would be
in a fantasy tag team match. Next tag team they're going to be going up against
Seth Rollins.
Rollins. Wow.
Baby, let's see who he's
Seth Rollins. Holy sugar honey iced tea.
What is it?
The Undertaker.
Oh,
wow.
All right, I already got my
fans, we got our first tag team match.
I already have my
Undertaker and Seth Rollins against Vader and AJ Styles.
I already have my
Who was your pick? Which team will be going on into the BattleBowl Lethal Lottery Battle Royal? And what do you think of the pairing of these teams?
I already have my
Jaden,
pick.
tell us your thoughts about this team.
I gotta
no, before you give us your pick, tell us
okay.
about your thoughts about this these tag teams.
I feel like both of these teams is a dream team. You have you have two high flyers on both teams, and you have two big men that can move super fast in the ring, can jump up in the ring. They can do it all in the ring. You're putting together a super tall guy with a super short guy that he can high fly, go over the top ropes and stuff like that. Put those two together, that's a dream team.
Wow,
right
we got a pick already. Vader and AJ. Earl Smith says that.
They're both pretty good teams.
Listen, they're both pretty good teams. But when you narrow it down to it, you got the Phenom. You can't stop the Phenom.
And
and you got the Beast Slayer, the King Slayer,
the Architect,
the Messiah.
He goes by many names.
Many names. So I gotta go with an Undertaker and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go.
So we got one Vader and AJ Styles. Who else is going to vote?
Okay, yeah. So we got one Vader, one Styles.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
I'll read it. Taker and Vader fight up in the ramp. Styles and Rollins makes the match. I
love this.
Styles beats the Rollins. Styles beats Rollins after Vader misses turns to Rollins.
Okay.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. So
Vader misses turns on Rollins.
Earl Smith says Vader was unstoppable. Oh yes,
Vader was
unbeatable.
I'm
sorry.
Vader was a big guy too.
Of course, he was a big guy. He was definitely a big guy.
Vader was a big guy, and Undertaker, he was a tall guy, but he was in shape. Like for his height, he was fast. And he was in shape, and he was a little bit of a high flyer, when he had his little suicide dive and he did his little old school move.
Okay, so hey Jessica, welcome, thank you for coming. Sergeant, who is your pick for that tag team match? Because we need 2 votes to pass that tag team going down.
So me and my dad already chose Rollins and Taker.
So there's one more vote. Actually two more votes are needed for Vader and Seth Rollins. If we get one more for Undertaker and Seth, that's the team that wins.
Right.
But Jada,
Styles and Taker.
Styles and Taker. Wait a minute. No, it's Styles and Vader. I'm sorry, Styles and Vader.
Yes, Styles and Vader.
And it's Seth Rollins and Undertaker.
Yes. Dang, that is interesting though.
No, I wish
I could actually see that happen.
That's very interesting.
That'll be a dream match.
That's very interesting.
We started off with a bang.
We sure did, man. Earl Smith says the only guy in WCW to beat Vader was Simmons, and he beat the hell out of Simmons. Oh yeah, I remember that match. But you got to admit though, he had Sting and Flair kind of had some good rivalries with him. You know what I mean? So it's hard to decide.
Hold on.
All right, so there it is. Styles and Vader. So Undertaker and Seth Rollins are eliminated. Wow, that's a shocker.
Crazy. That's
crazy.
That's
a shocker. So there we go.
Well, I kind of expected that.
We got Vader and AJ Styles in the Battle Royal.
Yes.
Oh man, this is going to be an interesting Battle Royal.
Absolutely.
So, Jaden,
yep.
Let's get to the next one.
Let's do it. All right.
Pick 2 of them out.
Oh.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
I got Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. Okay, fans, for those of you tuning in, the topic of today is Battle Bowl, the Lethal Lottery. We're doing fantasy tag teams, and we're doing a battle royal for the unified WCW WWE title. For those tuning in, share our content, bring everybody in, cousins, family, mothers, everyone. Just bring everybody in.
Right.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
So you got Kurt Angle.
Yep.
Who Kurt Angle will be teaming up with tonight? Whoa. Mr. Perfect.
Wow.
Interesting combination.
That's weird, but it's interesting.
It's an interesting combination.
That's weird. Okay.
That's
I'd like to see what those two would be able to do. If that was to ever happen, I would like to see what those two would be capable of.
Oh yeah.
Because Mr. Perfect, the most perfect man in wrestling, and Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. Literally, he's an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
So I would like to see what those two guys would do in the ring with each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And then let's pick our next tag team.
Let's go. All right, who do I got? I got Drew McIntyre.
Whoa. Lex Luger.
Okay.
What a combination!
Oh,
wow, this is a weird combination with this.
Wow. All right.
This is a weird combination. You know, Lex Luger and Drew McIntyre against Mr. Perfect and Kurt Angle. What do you guys think of this tag team pairing, and who do you think would win? Like, give us your votes. I'm stuck here, Jaden.
I'm lost for words right now.
No, I'm lost for like I don't know what else to do. Like,
wow.
How do you pick this?
I don't know. How do you pick this? This is hard.
I don't know.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to go. This is hard. This is hard to decide.
Brian's here. Brian said, Brian, before you start picking, we're actually doing random picks from the 2000s and present, and from the 80s to the 90s, and we're pairing them and putting.
That would have been.
Of course, Moxley and Stone Cold.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
And then we're putting them all in a battle royal, and the winner is the unified WCW WWE champion.
All right.
So we got one vote: Kurt Angle and Kurt Hennig.
So,
Jada, what do you think of these teams?
That's some weird teams. I feel like Kurt Hennig, like I said earlier, the most perfect man in wrestling. Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. Kurt Angle had power, and so did Mr. Perfect. Like I keep saying, he was the perfect man in wrestling. Everything he did was so unique. Nobody can make another Mr. Perfect, and nobody can make another Kurt Angle. Lex Luger, he was also a great wrestler. I have seen a few of his matches. And Drew McIntyre is absolutely phenomenal now. Drew McIntyre came back and gave his career a super big boost. But I still feel like Mr. Perfect was a legend, and Kurt Angle was also a legend.
Okay,
so I gotta go with Kurt Hennig and Kurt Angle. Okay,
so that's 2 votes for them. But we got one person there that Mr. Sargent said it would go to a 20-minute time limit draw.
That would be
interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I feel like this has never happened in history, but I feel like the only way to settle this type of match, is a 3 stages of hell match. No. Let's think about it.
But how would you pair that with these guys?
How would you pair that? Okay. Kurt Hennig, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle had his fair shares of, any of those type of matches. The 3 stages of hell could be anything. Could have been a tables match. It could have been a tag tornado ladder match or something like that. It could have been a Hell in a Cell match. You never know what they're going to do. It could have either been that, a Hell in a Cell, or it could have been a tables match. You never know.
No, absolutely. Okay, so we do got 2 picks. Luger, Mr. Perfect, and Kurt Angle will be going on to the Battle Royal. So for those tuning in, Jaden, if you please tell them what our topic is about and what are we doing here tonight.
The BattleBowl Lethal Lottery. We're going to be picking random wrestler. He's going to be picking his 2 wrestlers. I'm going to be picking my 2 wrestlers. We're going to put them on a team, and then we're going to compare the wrestlers. Would they be a good tag team? Would they be a bad tag team? Do we think that they would have been able to fight with each other, against each other, and however many votes we get on that specific tag team,
that's the team that goes into the Battle Royal. Exactly. And then you got 10 superstars in the Battle Royal, and then we announce them all. We talk about them. Who would you want eliminated first? Who's going to be doing battle in the ring?
Right.
Which allies would form together, and who will be the final 4?
Right.
We would decide who would be the winner.
Yep. Very interesting. I'm already liking this topic.
I was parched.
Are you done? Okay, my turn.
Okay. So, Mr. Sargent says Angle and Hennig would win with a tights pull-up or a roll-up. You're absolutely right, because Kurt Hennig is that devious.
Didn't they both have those little costume thingies?
Yeah, they had those straps.
Yeah, the little strap things.
Yes, they had those straps.
See, they're already a good tag.
All right, Jaden.
Yep.
Let's get to the next 2 teams.
Let's do it.
Take two of them out.
All right. Oh, I got Finn Balor.
Oh, the Demon. Is it the Demon King?
The Demon. Let's go with the Demon King. I want to go with the Demon King.
Okay, there we go. We got Finn Balor.
Yep.
And his tag team, the Ultimate Warrior. Wow. That's
weird.
That's very weird. Wow.
All right, I have a lot to say about that.
Okay, we'll definitely get into that in a minute. I'm even okay. Come on, let's go. That's That's pretty interesting. Come on, let's go.
It just all right. I got Eddie Guerrero.
Wow.
I lie, I cheat, I steal. The legend.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Whoa!
Wow. Now
that was interesting.
That
was interesting. I could see that happening.
So fans, Ultimate Warrior and Finn Balor against Ricky Steamboat and Eddie Guerrero. Where do you see this match going? Who's winning? What do you think of the Warrior and Balor?
I cannot see that happening.
No, absolutely not.
I'm not taking anything away from Ultimate Warrior. God rest his soul, but he was sloppy in the ring.
Of course he was.
And Finn Balor, you know,
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Yes, exactly.
He did a lot for the business, but in the ring, I'm sorry, your talent. It was like a Hulk Hogan, but different.
Finn Balor is great. Finn Balor is good, but I feel like they're not doing what I feel like they should have did with Finn Balor. Like they took away his whole demon personality and just gave him a regular Finn Balor. So I feel like Finn Balor isn't Hall of Fame material, and I feel like these two wouldn't pair up. You got a powerhouse that all he basically knows how to do is bench press someone, and then you got a high flyer that, you know, can do super kicks, and he has his move, the coup de grace. Mm-hmm. I want to see that happening. But on the other hand,
I'm sorry, you can't. It's a no comparison.
But with Ricky and Guerrero,
Steamboat,
I can see that happening for sure.
We got Earl Smith that says Guerrero and Steamboat. That's one vote. Brian says Warrior was high on cocaine, laughing out loud. This boy. Welcome, Brian. We're glad you joined us.
He said he was high on cocaine.
Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Okay, my pick is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Eddie Guerrero.
Too.
I'm sorry. These were two excellent superstars that Eddie Guerrero, I think, God rest his soul, if the man would have never passed away, he would have reached to new heights that by far nobody would have ever seen.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
And of course he is.
Okay, good.
Eddie and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That's
he
the
was
dragon.
he's legendary.
The man did a 60-minute match with Ric Flair. Exactly. Another half an hour to 60 minutes with Radish and Rick Rude.
And he had a good match with the Macho Man.
Exactly. Best of all time by far WrestleMania.
Exactly.
James Sargent, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the Ultimate Warrior no-shows the match backstage. Edge and Ricky have a great ringing chemistry against Balor. Eddie and the Dragon win. So that is your pick. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Eddie Guerrero advance into the Battle Royal. This is getting interesting, Jake.
This is really getting
This is getting interesting, man.
Agree.
This is like you. As of right now, we have Big Van Vader, AJ Styles, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Angle, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Eddie Guerrero. It's getting good, Jay. Let's do it.
Let's go. All right, let's see who I got here. Okay, I got John Cena.
Wow.
But I want to go with the Dr. of Thugonomics. John Cena.
Okay. This is an interesting pair. The Great Muta. Wow. Another shocker. Two totally different styles.
Can't see that.
We'll get to that in a minute. Next one.
All right. Let's go here. All right. I got Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
Which one are we talking about, though?
Let's say the Eater of Worlds.
All right.
And his tag team partner, the Immortal Hulk Hogan. What? What
oh my goodness!
What the heck is that?
I'm sorry.
Earl Smith says they will work.
I can't see
the Great Muta and Cena.
I can't see none of these tag teams.
Okay. I kind of see it working. Okay, so you got John Cena with the power, the leverage, the muscle. Then you got the Great Muta with the speed, the agility, the moonsault, the snapping elbow, everything. You know, the miss.
Yeah.
Then you got Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, who is demonic and powerful too. And then you got Hulk Hogan, Mr.
You know, hold on. I would like to see. Matter of fact, I would like to see all two versions of Bray Wyatt.
Which is
the Eater of Worlds and the Fiend, because basically they're a little similar, except the Fiend is more of a demonic type character.
Okay.
But I would still like to see it happen. But I still feel like John Cena and the Great Muta will work more because you have a demonic guy in a powerhouse.
Yeah, no, Earl Smith is absolutely right. Muta does have some power. Yes,
exactly.
He sure does.
So I can't see Hogan and Bray on a team together. I feel like Bray
that's total opposite
Bray would turn on him in a heartbeat, especially since his character.
As much as a fan that I am, I gotta give this to John Cena and the Great Muta.
You alright, Dad?
No, I'm being real.
You alright?
I'm being real. I'm being so real. Listen, I'm a Hulk Hogan fan to the end. To me, the best wrestler of all time. But when you talk about in-ring ability, Cena can match Hogan's power. The Great Muta can out-wrestle Bray Wyatt.
And that, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like there's something I need to add. If you look at it and you really pay attention to it, John Cena is a really good teammate. John Cena is a teammate who actually
he teamed with The Rock.
He teamed with a lot of people, and they got the job done. So John Cena is one to call for if you need a
Jamie Solomons, welcome, sir, and thank you for coming in.
I actually agree. I can see the Great Muta and John.
Muta. Okay, so John says, can you see Cena coming out ill and Muta face? Possibly. Sergeant says Muta and Wyatt would play mind games with each other. Hogan and Cena would be the power of this match. Cena hits an AA on Hogan. Wyatt hits Sister Abigail on Cena. Muta spits mitts in Wyatt's face. Muta and Cena win.
That's nice. Yeah, this guy has a good imagination.
Every single post we put, he always gives us a scenario, and I love it. I can't wait to bring him on the show.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And I'm actually looking for the topic to bring him into that show.
Yes, I can.
Earl Smith says Muta can out evil Wyatt's. Yes, absolutely.
That mist says it all.
So there it is. Great Muta and John Cena making it into the next round. Wow, there's a lot of surprises in this Battle Royal.
A lot of weird
picks. A lot of weird picks.
Picks I didn't expect.
But that's what Battle Bowl is about.
Exactly.
Enemies joining forces. So enemies going against each other. Okay, Jaden, let's go. Pick out the next two.
Oh, I got that Animal Batista.
Wow.
Ooh.
Excellent pick.
Let's see his teammate.
Shawn Michaels. Can you see the pair?
We'll get to this in a minute.
Okay.
Let's do our next pick.
Next pick.
Oh, I got Roman Reigns.
Oh.
Big dog.
You hear that, honey? Wait, no, our director's watching. Roman Reigns. Wait, who's his partner? Ooh.
Who is it?
Macho Man. Randy Savage.
Now I got something to speak on.
Oh,
now
man.
I got something
Wait a minute. Is the director watching? Yes, she already commented. Yes, Roman. Okay.
I got something to speak on.
Here we go. Okay, so fans, you got the pairing. Shawn Michaels and Batista against Savage and Roman Reigns.
Oh my goodness.
Who? Earl Smith says, no way, too much ego. The director says Roman and Macho Man, definitely. So that's one pick.
I'm sorry, but the Earl Smith, too much ego, I gotta disagree with you on that. I feel like Roman Reigns will be Batista's weakness if they was to ever fight. Roman Reigns is one of the strongest guys I've ever seen wrestle. He is not sloppy in the ring. Roman Reigns gets the job done. And the Macho Man was absolutely legendary in the ring. He took
Roman said Macho Man got this.
Exactly. So I feel like Macho has took on people like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
Hulk Hogan. Andre the Giant,
exactly,
Warrior,
a whole bunch of people. And Roman Reigns has took on many people. He's took on Triple H, John Cena, his own Shield brothers, Braun Strowman. This is what I'm saying.
Your director says thank you, Jay. That's why you're my favorite. So I gotta go. No,
Roman
it's a unanimous. It's a unanimous decision. Roman Reigns and Macho Man Savage is a powerhouse team.
Oh, okay. Earl Smith said he means Michaels and Batista.
Of course.
I agree. They had too much ego.
Way too much ego.
Especially Batista alone. Batista had too much ego. I feel like Shawn had too much ego, but Shawn did it in the right way. Shawn made his character stand out. You know, they said he was going to make him the Heartbreak Kid, Mr. WrestleMania. So that's what he did. He had one of the greatest matches, if not the greatest match of all of WrestleMania history. Him versus The Undertaker twice.
So guys, I'm sorry. I actually made a mistake in calculation.
You did?
Yeah. I said 10 superstars from each side. But in reality, I did 20.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to have 40 tag teams, 20 men in a ring.
That's interesting.
So, and this is the kicker. In each of these 10 men, we're going to split them up. So we got our first 10 men in one ring in the Lethal Lottery. We have Vader, AJ Styles, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Angle, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Eddie Guerrero, Great Muta, John Cena, Randy Savage, and Roman Reigns. So, we're going to get to that in a minute.
Oh, yes.
How are we going to do that? So, we got another comment. Mr. Mike Curtis, welcome, sir, to the show. That's an excellent tag team. Dalton Castle and Dustin Rhodes. Absolutely. We have... Earlsmith says, look, when Michaels retired Flair. Absolutely.
That was, yeah.
Now, here we go. James is at it again.
Oh, yeah.
HBK and Savage don't enter the ring against each other. Roman and Batista power each other around. Sherry Martel gets involved and helps Macho Man and Roman win.
Your imagination is so great. I love this guy. This guy is great.
Okay, let's get to the next tag team, Jaden. What is it?
I got Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Whoa, wait a minute, but you could pick which one you could have.
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like neither. Brock Lesnar was a good wrestler.
Let's put him from his prime, from the beginning, and he's joining Dusty Rhodes. Ooh, that's a weird combination. I don't think that'll work. All right, next tag team.
Oh, geez.
Yesenia says, "Boo."
Oh, I got Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
All right.
Woof! What the? Roddy Piper. What kind of pairing is this? What do you guys think of this pairing? Dusty Rhodes and Brock Lesnar against Roddy Piper and Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
Tell us what you think about this, fans. And before you tell us what you think about this, please feel free to share our content. Bring in the fans. Bring in your cousins, your wives, your sons. Anyone. Just bring them in. We love talking wrestling. We love having you fans here. Thank you for your support. But bring them in. Share our content.
This is so funny.
Earl Smith says Rhodes and Lesnar got this. Okay, tell us why. Because I can't see this match.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go with Roddy and Bobby only because I don't like Lesnar. And Lesnar was a good wrestler at his prime, but Bobby Lashley is like one of the best wrestlers in this industry now. So if you were to put an old Brock Lesnar, a prime Brock Lesnar against a Bobby Lashley now, that's Bobby Lashley all the way.
Christopher Brown says, you're the one who's doing the lottery style of picking Lewis.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. Of course, but damn, this is a crazy... Like, what are the odds of picking these two teams? Like, come on now. And see, if Albert Klaus said they both suck. Both teams suck.
They do.
But I would actually have to go with Dusty Rhodes and Brock. Only because of Dusty Rhodes. Because I love Roddy Piper. Second to best favorite of all time. But Dusty Rhodes knew how to wrestle in the ring. And Roddy Piper was a wrestler, sometimes technical, but not like a Dusty Rhodes in my opinion.
Nah, of course he wasn't nothing like a Dusty Rhodes. He was more like one of those technical guys, you know, like he never really got off his feet, you know, he really didn't do any of that high flying. He didn't really need to jump out of the ropes. He wasn't really that type of wrestler. He was more, you know, like a down wrestler, you know, a wrestler that stays on his feet, you know, just does like a chest slapper.
See?
Something like that.
Okay, prime example. Christopher Brown says, Jaden, when Lesnar first came into WWE, he actually cared more about the craft of wrestling than about the money nowadays. And now it's vice versa. So yes, he was a good wrestler. He did his thing. So, there we go. The first two picks in the next Battle Royal. Dusty Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. This thing is getting crazy.
This is getting interesting.
Okay, next teams. Oh, wait a minute. Before we go to this, I gotta read what he wrote. I gotta read what Jason Sargent wrote. Dusty and Lesnar work better than people think. Dusty starts the match versus Piper. Lashley powers Dusty. Lesnar comes and faces off. Lashley Piper tags in and gets destroyed by Lesnar. Lesnar and Dusty win. Then Lesnar hits Dusty with the F5. I can see that scenario happening.
So can I.
I don't know where's Brian. Where's Brian?
He's taking your spot right now. He has a lot of creativity.
Where's Brian?
It's supposed to be you. He has a lot of creativity.
Who?
James.
Who's taking whose spot?
James is taking Brian's spot.
No, he's not taking Brian's spot. I'm surprised Brian's here.
You don't get what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Normally Brian would be the creative.
Oh yeah, yes.
But James is being creative,
yes,
super creative right now.
Absolutely right. Well, Brian is one of our biggest fans, and we appreciate him.
I'm glad everybody's here. Everybody's here.
Alvin Cloud said 2003 Brock would destroy Lashley, and Christopher Brown says we might be seeing that coming Survivor Series. Yes, I have heard about that. So that's going to be an interesting match to see.
That would be.
It'd be interesting. So
I guess
let's pick our next two teams.
I have The Miz.
Ooh. Wow. Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rattlesnake.
I have such a creative theory right now that is so hilarious.
Okay, well, you can tell us the fans. Let's check the next tag team.
Ooh, I have Shinsuke
Nakamura. Ooh, Harley Race.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's a very old school guy. That's kind of tricky.
I gotta go with the first team that we picked, but
Stone Cold and The Miz.
but look, there's a theory to this. At first, the rivalry is going to start off with The Miz is going to hate Stone Cold. And then once they get into a match, they're going to be tagging each other. But then they're also going to be pushing each other around. Then they're going to get distracted. And Harley Race and Shinsuke are going to take the advantage. Once they take the advantage, Miz is a little crafty when it comes to matches like that. Miz is going to find a way to distract one of them. Miz and Stone Cold is going to win. Stone Cold is going to give him the finger, and then he's going to Stone Cold stunner him, and then he's going to throw beers in the ring and, do his regular little celebration. That's what I feel.
So your pick is The Miz and Stone Cold?
Yeah, but I feel like Stone Cold would turn on him right after.
Oh, absolutely.
Stone Cold would turn on him. Yeah, exactly. He does it to everybody. Exactly.
He does it to everybody.
He's even did it to The Rock before.
Of course he did.
Oh, yeah, I can see that happening. Definitely. So I got to take Stone Cold and The Miz. All day.
Okay, so Christopher Brown says, "Come on, let's get Austin and Punk for a tag team." I wish we could, man. I was actually aiming for that.
What
he wanted CM Punk, yeah. Earl Smith says Miz and Stone Cold would take it, but Harley Race is no Punk. Absolutely not.
Oh no,
Harley Race was was an excellent superstar. Man was known in NWA, WCW, WWE. I got to show you him one of these days. So we got another one, Miz and Stone Cold, and then Alvin Kyle says Alvin just stuns the Miz and walks off.
See, we have the same idea going on.
Exactly. So there we go. Stone Cold and the Miz. Ooh, it's getting down to the nitty gritty, Jay.
Oh yeah.
Whew. All right, let's pick our next two tags. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. James is here again. In what turns into a classic wrestling match, Race and Austin set the pace. Nakamura and Miz enter and continue the pace. Race and Nakamura win after a Miz heel turn.
I feel like I agree, but I feel like it would be the other way around. I feel like Austin and Miz will win, and then Stone Cold will do the heel turn. Yeah. Or he's not really a heel nor face, He's just Stone Cold.
Yeah, pretty much. He'll just give you a can of whoop ass.
Exactly.
So, all right, Jaden.
I got Daniel Bryan. Yes.
Daniel Bryan. Yep. Let's see who will be his tag team partner. Ooh, this is a bad combination.
What is it?
Andre the Giant. Well, not necessarily, because he was with Kane. He was with Kane.
But Kane's different.
How?
Kane's different.
How?
But Kane is way different.
All right, we'll get into this in a second. Let's pick the next tag team.
All right. Ooh, I have Braun Strowman.
This is another weird tag team. Bret the Hitman Hart. Actually, no. That works out. Braun Strowman and Andre the Giant collide. Bret Hart and Daniel Bryan are two great technical wrestlers. You know what I mean? So that's pretty tough to call.
You really think that works out?
Yeah.
I don't think none of those work out.
Andre the Giant in his prime? Yes. Andre the Giant in his prime and Braun Strowman? And then Bret Hart in his prime and Daniel Bryan in the peak of his career.
I was about to say, because I don't like Daniel Bryan at his prime. He wasn't that good. No offense to Daniel Bryan, because you are still a good wrestler. But I didn't like you at your prime. So, I don't really know what to say about this. This is weird. This is weird.
Christopher Brown says, is Kali among the guys to be picked? Lewis laughing my ass off. No, sir. Absolutely not. All right. So, we got a few comments. James Sargent says, Brett versus Daniel are all over the ring. Andre and Strowman have a classic big man chop fest. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Okay,
So,
I see where you're coming.
It's tough to call.
I gotta go with Daniel and Andre.
Okay,
That's my pick.
Daniel and Andre. Earl says Strowman and Bret the Hitman Hart take this one. James says Andre and Daniel. So that's two votes. And Earl Smith says I can see Hart pinning Andre. Yep. So we do have the pick of...
There's tied right now. Two people picked Andre, and someone said they could see Hart pinning Andre, and then me and James said we would pick Daniel and Andre. So you need to pick to see.
I gotta say... Andre and Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Andre the Giant was the ninth wonder of the world, the eighth wonder of the world. I'm sorry, and he pretty much did it all, man. He was great. He was great in the ring, and I respected his talent. Alvin Cloud says Strowman and Brett take it. I can see Strowman trying to do his train tackle to Andre the Giant. Yeah, we could think about it, but I don't think it'll happen. Let's go, Jaden. We're getting down to the last couple of teams. Here we go. Here we go.
Rey Mysterio.
Whoa. Little micro mini.
Mr. 619.
Bro, but even look at that. Even Christopher Brown says I gotta go with Daniel and Andre. Jake the Snake Roberts. Wow, that's a weird combination.
That is a very weird combination. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is actually a good statement. James Sargent said, and Andre the Giant and Daniel Bryan will be like Andre and Haku. You're absolutely right. The Colossal Connection. Yes. That is absolutely right. Okay, so Jake Roberts and Rey Mysterio.
All right, I got Kevin Owens.
Ooh. Ric Flair. Woo! What's your pick, guys? Jake the Snake Roberts and Rey Mysterio against Ric Flair and Kevin Owens.
Wow. That's
interesting.
I honestly do not know.
That's a tough one, but I gotta give the experience to Ric Flair and Kevin Owens.
Okay, I agree in a sense. I feel like Rey Mysterio, he's short. So one slip and it's over for him because he's short. And he's going against a technical wrestler. And Kevin Owens is a fast guy, especially for his weight and his height. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta go with Ric Flair.
There you go. Earl Smith says Ric Flair and Kevin Owens. So that's an automatic right there. So okay, Alvin Cloud, Kevin and Flair. So that's it right there. Kevin Owens. Oh man, the final two teams. Oh man, let's see, Jaden. Let me see. We're gonna get somebody in here. Let me see. Earl Smith says Flair would win that match alone. You're absolutely right.
He would.
Ric Flair in his prime, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That man is
talking about long hair, blonde Ric Flair.
Phenomenal. The man was a legend. The man was a phenom. So, fans, so far in the second Battle Royal, we have Dusty Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold, Andre the Giant, Daniel Bryan, Ric Flair, and Kevin Owens. It's going to be interesting. All right. So, next two teams, Jaden.
Oh, I got Randy Orton.
Oh.
I want the legend killer Randy Orton.
Ooh. Oh, nice tag team. The Rock.
Okay. Wow. And my final pick is Triple H.
Ooh. This makes me so proud to announce this dream team right now. This match, to me, by far, is the best match out of this.
Wow! Oh my
You
goodness!
have The Rock and Randy Orton against Sting and Triple H.
Hey, Dad. Do I have to answer this one? Because I can't. I can't. I cannot. I physically can't answer this question.
Like, wow.
I cannot.
This is a dream match right here.
And we're talking about all these guys at their prime.
I say it again. Sting and Triple H against The Rock and Randy Orton.
Holy moly.
Guys, give us your thoughts, man. Give us those thoughts.
I cannot decide. This is... Whew.
Sting pre-97? Yep.
Are we talking about Sting with
whichever you guys want to put there.
Paint?
Whichever would you guys want to put there. And which Triple H you guys want to put there. Please give us your input on this. Because I don't even know where to begin.
I'm going to agree with you fans because I can't answer this question. At the end of the day, I don't have my own pick. H and Sting. I agree. Yes, I agree. Dwayne and Orton. Okay. That wouldn't be a bad idea, Dad. Alvin said they both advance. That wouldn't be a bad... But think about it. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Because then, if both teams advance, we can see what... It'll make the match more interesting. And then we can see what happens to see...
So pretty much what you're saying is that since this is the final match, we would put, okay, if by the end of the time limit, neither team has had a pinfall, both teams advance.
Exactly.
And let's do it. We get them in there.
Let's go.
So we're gonna put Triple H and Sting in the second ring, and then we're gonna split up Randy Orton and The Rock. So we are going to announce the Battle Royal participants of who's gonna win this. But before we do, Earl Smith says Sting would run Orton into the ground and Triple H would overpower The Rock. Whew. It's tough, man. It's tough.
That is really tough.
Before we continue, again, fans, please feel free to share our content all over your wrestling page, your groups, wherever. We appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. And for those just joining in, this is BattleBowl, the Lethal Lottery. Dream booking, dream tag teams. Now we have entered the phase of the Battle Royal.
Yep.
Before we do that, I just got to read this comment. James Sargent says, Sting and Orton start off the match. The Rock enters as Sting's tag in Triple H. Triple H and The Rock do their thing. Orton and The Rock win after rock bottom. Ooh, interesting booking.
Very interesting.
All right, here we go. So, in the Battle Royal Ring 1, here are the 10 participants. Give us who is your win, who will be the final 4, and why. Vader, AJ Styles, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Angle, Ricky Steamboat, Eddie Guerrero, The Great Muta, John Cena, Randy Macho Man Savage, oh yeah, and The Rock and Roman Reigns. Give us your pick. Who will be the final 4 in the ring, and who will be eliminated by who? Jaden, what do you see in this Battle Royal?
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, and I probably know no one's gonna agree, but I gotta give this Battle Royal to Eddie Guerrero.
Wow.
I gotta give it, but I feel like the top four.
That's an interesting...
Top 4 will most likely in the ring be, of course, Eddie, Mr. Perfect, probably the Great Muta, and I really wouldn't know who the final person would be standing in that ring.
Roman Reigns.
Okay, yeah, Roman Reigns.
I'm surprised
Those would be the 4.
you know your director is going to be upset with you. We're not picking Roman Reigns.
I mean, but he made it far.
Listen,
he made it far.
Eddie Guerrero is a legend.
It's a legend. He is my third favorite wrestler.
He's a legend.
He is an
Eddie Guerrero's a legend. Okay, so Earl Smith says AJ Styles will win. But who will be your final four in the ring with AJ Styles?
Yes.
You know, AJ Styles is a good pick.
He is.
He's definitely a good pick. So my pick would be, which he never won the WWE. He did win the WCW, but I would have to say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's won a WCW title, but he's never won a WWE title.
I feel like he would be the perfect guy for this type of match too, because he can last like almost or over 60 minutes.
We got two now. 2 votes for AJ Styles. Alvin Kyle says AJ, Eddie, Cena, and The Rock. AJ Styles wins. Excellent pick. And we got Mr. John Noble. Thank you, sir, for joining us. The Great Muta was sneaky. Good pick. Yes, Great Muta was a sneaky wrestler. He was excellent in the ring. And Earl Smith says his final four is AJ, Muta, Dragon, Reigns. Wow, that's a good pick.
So how many picks do we have for AJ?
2. James Sargent says Henning is eliminated first. The final four are Vader, Eddie, Rick, and Muta. Eddie and Muta have a Japan-style match to finish it off. Eddie wins after blocking the Mist with a chair. Wow. 2 picks for Eddie.
That's funny.
2 picks for
Eddie
AJ Styles.
Like that. All right. So you got your pick. Well, you got your pick. We have our picks. Now we just need
pretty much my pick doesn't count now. So we need one more for the fans. AJ Styles or Eddie Guerrero? Who would win that battle royal? Give us your thoughts.
I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Styles and Eddie were the last 2 in the ring.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
If Eddie and AJ were the last 2 standing. Whew.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, very.
So, who would be your pick out of those 2 to win?
Eddie.
Eddie.
I already said my pick.
Okay.
So there's two picks. That's me and James with 2 picks.
John Noble says Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
So I gotta say Eddie Guerrero too.
So Eddie wins.
I gotta say. So Eddie wins that battle royal. Yeah. So Eddie's gonna go into the second ring after this one is there. Scroll up for my pick, Lewis. I'm sorry, I didn't. Let's see. My apologies, sir. There was so many comments.
Yes.
Christopher Brown says Styles, Eddie, Cena, Dwayne, with Dwayne winning. Eddie benign. The first eliminated, second elimination is Cena, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Rock's bottom Styles after 25-minute match. Ooh, that would have been excellent. Yeah. So Earl Smith says Muta will eliminate Reigns, Ricky eliminates Muta, and AJ eliminates the Dragon. Yep. Unfortunately, Eddie Guerrero. Actually, not unfortunately. Fortunately, Eddie Guerrero won this battle royal. So next battle royal: Dusty Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold, The Miz, Andre the Giant, Daniel Bryan, Ric Flair, Kevin Owens, Triple H, Sting, and Randy Orton. Wow. Like Bray Wyatt says, Yahweh, Wowway. That's tough. That's tough to call. That's tough to call. You got many great superstars in that ring. And you know what's the crazy part about that? There's one man in there who's the king of battle royals. Do you know who that is?
Triple H?
No.
Who is it?
Oh, see, John Noble says y'all making it hard to pick.
I don't know. Who is it?
Andre the Giant.
You know what I feel like is going to happen?
He's won every single battle royal.
I feel like, so that's why they named it Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay. So this is my theory. Everyone, of course, is going to go for Andre the Giant first.
See? Already. James says Andre.
They're gonna go for...
Wow.
I gotta give it to...
Dusty? He wants to go with... Oh, that's an interesting pick. So John Noble says top 3, Austin, Lesnar, and Orton. Who's Orton? I'm sorry. Randy Orton. And who's your pick?
It's funny because there's 3 members of Evolution.
Yeah, I know.
What if they, at that time, what if they worked together? And I feel like they would be the top three in that ring, but what would end up happening is either Orton or Triple H eliminate Ric Flair, and then Orton or Triple H eliminate each other, and then that would leave. I'm trying to see.
Oh man, this is amazing. Well, Alvin Cloud just says Sting, Austin, Triple H, and Orton. That's crazy. Who's your pick though? Who's your pick though?
I know I'm gonna sound crazy with this, but I gotta go with Dusty Rhodes too.
Really?
I gotta go with Dusty.
So that's two.
Dusty Rhodes was a big guy, but he was good in the ring.
That's
Dusty
two.
Rhodes
So we
was
got two Andre, two Dusty.
I gotta go with Dusty.
Christopher Brown says Lesnar, Austin, Bryan, and Kevin Owens. Austin being eliminated first. Austin second. Wait a minute. You said Austin being eliminated first. Austin second, and Lesnar winning with an F5. Okay,
so Lesnar's, one.
So he got Lesnar. Earl Smith says Lesnar would eliminate Strowman after Strowman eliminates Andre. Dusty hits the elbow, and Brock goes over the top rope. So we got another Dusty Rhodes.
That's three Dusty right there.
Alvin Cloud chose Austin. So I'm gonna go with Andre the Giant.
So that's 3-3 then.
Yes. So
we need one more vote.
We need one more vote. Dusty Rhodes or Andre the Giant? Who would win?
Dusty Rhodes or Andre?
Who would eliminate who?
I feel like either way this wouldn't be fair.
No, I don't think it would
Wouldn't be fair.
I don't think it would be. So I think it's luring towards Andre right now.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be fair.
So give us your pick, guys.
Yep.
Give us that one last pick, Andre or Dusty Rhodes. Give us that pick. Christopher Brown says Dusty.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
It still wouldn't be fair, though.
No.
It
wouldn't be fair.
It still wouldn't be fair.
All right, so James Sargent says Andre, Sting, Flair, and Austin are the final four. Flair eliminates Austin. Sting eliminates Flair. Sting tries to use speed on Andre until Andre catches Sting in the air on a Stinger splash. Wow. So, oh no, right. He's right. Earl is right. It's still too dusty. So Andre the Giant took that.
One. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, you're good catch. Good catch there. Sorry. So we got it. Andre the Giant and Eddie
That's
Guerrero.
definitely not fair. Poor Eddie.
Dusty would run a piss out of Andre. Alvin Cloud says Andre too, so it pretty much is Andre. It's Andre.
I take that.
So, guys, for the WCW WWE Unified title, Eddie Guerrero against Andre the Giant in his prime, and Eddie Guerrero in his prime.
Poor Eddie.
Who would win this match? Remember, Eddie Guerrero's taking on the Big Show. He's taking on Brock Lesnar.
But
He's taking on the Undertaker.
The Big Show's not as tall as Andre the Giant.
Almost.
He is, but like Andre the Giant has super big hands too. Like his hand could palm someone's whole face, and his fingers probably the size of a miniature soda.
Okay, so guys, give us your take on this. Andre the Giant against Eddie Guerrero for the unified WCW WWE title.
I'm gonna be confident.
See, look at that. Even Mr. Eric Gimbel, welcome, sir, Mr. Kimball. We appreciate you watching the show. Christopher Brown says he got Eddie.
See, I'm gonna be confident. I go with Eddie. I'm gonna be confident about it. I'm going with Eddie. I take Eddie.
Okay, so you're going with Eddie. One is okay. So we got 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Earl says
Andre
only
Lewis.
me and Lewis were picked. Well, the only dusty guys. Okay, so he would take Andre the Giant. That's another pick. All right, tell us a scenario, guys. How would you see this? How would you even see this match? How would it go? Like, would Andre the Giant come out just beating the hell out of him at the start, or Eddie Guerrero uses his speed?
That's what I feel. Eddie Guerrero is going to start beating him down. He's going to eventually get Giant to the point where Giant becomes weak. But I feel like it's going to come down where Eddie Guerrero is about to win, and Eddie Guerrero is going to slip up. It's either Eddie Guerrero is going to slip up and Andre the Giant is going to pin him, or like Eddie Guerrero is known for, he's going to cheat. You know, he lies, he cheats, he steals. So Eddie Guerrero will probably do something like, like I'm pretty sure he did this to Mr. Kennedy. He hit someone with a chair, or he made a chair noise, and then he threw the chair to Mr. Kennedy or someone, and then he fell to the ground and then got disqualified.
We got a scenario now.
All right, let's see this. Oh yeah, and it's James Sargent.
I want to hear this
and
one.
And it's James Sargent.
So in what is booked as a David versus Goliath, Eddie starts off the match running around trying to gas out Andre the Giant. Andre pounds on Eddie. Eddie keeps rolling out of the ring. Eddie wins this match after Andre runs into the post and gets counted out. Sets up a rematch. Interesting. Alvin says Eddie because Eddie has speed and is a better technical wrestler. Plus, he won't cheat. Just imagine Eddie hitting Andre with a lowrider. This is what I'm saying. Eddie has technical wrestling, but that won't happen against Andre the Giant.
He can't do that against Andre. Andre's too big.
You got to think certain ways. You got to think like a Rey Mysterio. You know,
Rey Mysterio's fast in the ring, and he has a little bit of power for his size.
Well, who's your pick, Jaden?
I gotta go with Eddie.
Okay.
I'm going with Eddie.
So we got 2-2. Eddie Guerrero and Andre the Giant. So Earl Smith says he would corner Eddie and Andre would grab him to thump him on the top of the head, and it's over. It's interesting. It's an interesting scenario.
What if Eddie can just, slip through his legs?
Well, if listen, man,
that would be possible.
I think this match would be so comical because of Eddie Guerrero.
Yes,
it would be like God rest his soul. It would have been so comical.
It would have been good to watch, though.
Yeah,
it would have been good to watch.
It would have not been such a good match, but it would have been a funny match.
It would have been a funny match, but it would have made a match. It would have made a good match.
Yep. So guys, we got one more pick. Eddie Guerrero or Andre the Giant. I still have my pick, so we're waiting for you guys to pick.
Mr. Facepalm or Mr. Lie Cheat Steel?
We got a newcomer here, Mr. Carden. He says Andre the Giant. Wow.
Wait, let's see if anyone else votes. So let's see.
Yeah, let's see another vote. Watch Andre and Inoki. Andre can go. Of course, Andre can actually go in his prime. He was actually able to move.
All right, let's see if anybody else has a vote. If not,
let's see the one remaining vote. If we get another one for Andre, then Andre the Giant is the new champion.
Or if we don't get another vote for Andre nor Eddie, then he wins that.
All right, Avocado says then Eddie would win with chair shots.
Okay,
so he picks Eddie.
Okay, so that's 3-3.
That's 3.
So now we need one more pick.
Okay,
Eddie,
I haven't gotten my pick, but I'm gonna leave my pick out of this. I'm going to leave this last pick to the fans.
All right. Well, someone voted.
There he is.
Andre.
Mr. Kimball says...
Andre wins.
Andre wins. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, your new unified WCW WWE champion, Andre the Giant. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we're going to ask you one question about this topic. Do you think BattleBowl, the Lethal Lottery, would have worked in the WWE? And why? Jaden, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What did you think today of BattleBowl, the way they pair up?
It was good.
And how do you think it would have been done?
That wouldn't have worked out
in WWE. Why not?
That wouldn't have worked out. Because WWE is not the same anymore. WWE BattleBowl, the league.
No, but let's say forget about now.
Let's say in the 80s,
the Attitude Era, the 80s, the 90s.
Then yes, that would have definitely worked out. That would have definitely worked out because people had more opportunities. They had more things to do, such as they had blood, they had chair shots to the head, they had lighting tables on fire, they had breaking through ladders. They had more extreme things. Imagine putting two extreme people, like just a hypothetical thing. Imagine putting someone like a Shawn Michaels and a Jeff Hardy versus like a Matt Hardy and like a CM Punk. Just hypothetically, that can never happen.
See? Okay, so we got a comment on this.
All right.
Christopher Brown says, absolutely would have worked out. Would have been something the fans can get behind. Could take place of a gimmick pay-per-view that's gone stale and is no longer needed. Exactly. It definitely would have worked out. In my opinion, it would have worked out. So, this is what we're going to do. For those that say it would have worked out, and even if it didn't work out, give us your dream match tag team. Give us your tag team, your tag team match, and who would win. Jaden, I'm going to start with you.
I'm not sure. Whew. This is hard to decide because there's a lot of good tag teams out there.
Okay.
I don't know, Dad. Who you got? Cause
I gotta say,
this is hard.
If I'm picking from the old school into the 2000s and the Attitude Era,
it's hard.
I would gotta say in their prime, Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold against Macho Man Randy Savage and The Rock.
I feel like the Macho Man is just another Hulk Hogan, except they're just, you know, two different Madness and Mania. That's really the only difference. Other than there's a slight difference between them, but I feel like Macho Man is another Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
I feel like he's the closest one to being Hulk Hogan besides John Cena. He wasn't really a Hulk Hogan type, but I feel like Macho Man came close to being a Hulk Hogan.
Well, we got Christopher Brown says Kevin Nash and Psycho Sid versus Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, with Nash and Sid going over. Excellent.
All right,
match.
I have one.
Okay, shoot.
I have to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you shoot this is an excellent dream match right here.
All right.
Earl Smith says Hogan, Flair versus Cena and AJ. AJ and Cena winning.
All right, I gotta go with Eddie and AJ versus Shawn and Seth.
Ooh, excellent, my man.
And I feel like Eddie and AJ are gonna win that.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Seth Rollins, but I still feel like AJ and Eddie are gonna win that.
All right, so we got the final one right here. We're gonna read for you fans. So Mr. James Sargent, Hulk Hogan and The Rock versus Triple H and Randy Savage. Triple H and Savage pull off the win. Wow, Jaden, this was an amazing topic.
That is, this was fun.
Man. This was fun, man.
Fun.
We appreciate you guys getting involved in this. We got our first ever Battle Bowl interactive discussion champion, Andre the Giant. Mr. Kimball says Headbangers versus Big Show and Kevin Nash. That's a pretty good match.
That would be cool.
Wrestling fans, that time is up. Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And always, as we mentioned, if you ever have any concerns, any topics, anything.
Wait, hold on. But which version, Roland? Jaden, the Shield, or the Messiah? I gotta go with the Shield.
Yeah.
Shield.
Excellent pick.
Anyway,
as always, fans, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Give us a message if you want us to do certain topics. We are open to all topics that you guys tell us. Thank you for following us. For myself, Louis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And Jay, the Whiz Kid of Pro Wrestling.
And for my director and producer, Yesenia. Thank you, fans, for watching. We will see you next week. And for next week's topic, we are going to do who was the better technical wrestler and who would win in a submission match, Bret the Hitman Hart or Kurt Angle. Up till next week, don't forget to vote on Sunday for our watch party interactive discussion. Sorry, got a brain fart. Good night, fans. Have a good evening.